Live Farmer 73 here. Welcome to the Greenhouse Lounge. How y'all doing? I said I was gonna get a quick one in before I go to bed, just for a couple questions that folks been asking me. I figured might as well answer a couple of questions. Plus, I had a little something on my mind. I'm gonna try to put all this together as fast as I can so I can go to bed because I gotta go to work and do it in the morning. So the question is, how many? Hey, Andale Homestead, it's good to see you. The question was, how many solar generators do you need? Whoa, it start flooding in. Hey, everybody. Hey, Sky Johnson, Future Layers, Kenneth Sellers, Von Will. Yep, Von Will. Deborah White. Sped is Life, Stephanie Royal, Chevis Adventures, Kelly 41, Cliff Devi, I think it is. Sorry if I tore it up. Mike, let me see. Bullish Mary Mack, have not been in the chat for a while. Hey, who was that? What's up, Silver Stacks? What's going on, man? One with a battery bank. One with a battery bank. I'm gonna have to see what you talk about, Stacks. Hey, V Solo. Hey, bro, I really want to see what you got going on, man. I had you on my mind. All right, Maurice. My question is this, and I'm gonna ask it to you because I know why I do it. You said, how many do we need? Right. Oh, got you. Silver Stacks, you said one big battery bank, power bank. Well, I'm trying to go back to your answer. One with a big battery bank. Okay. The reason I'm asking the question is because everybody got different reasons, right? How you doing? Who was that? C Proof? How you doing? We love you back. Firefighter, the more the better. I know that sounds crazy, and it sounds like a waste of money, but I'm going to get into that before I go. I'm not going to start my rants dressing. I'm going to get into that before I go. But to me, the more, the better. I'll get into it a little deeper later. Bob said, got to get some batteries. Okay. Now, is some people building house systems? This is not going anywhere, a stationary system. And some people are buying the mobile power units to get up and go. Thank you, Bert Richardson in the house. What's up, man? Thank you so much for that. How you doing, Letitia, City Prepper? Broke said one per family member. That's a good answer. That's actually a really good answer. Hey, 2%. How you doing? Thank you. Oh, got you. Yes, thank you for that. So yes, definitely. I got my reasons. I want to hear your reasons because a lot of people been buying several. Hey, Gardner Twitty, I was just watching your video. What was that? Yesterday, today, my day's all mixed up. My panels are staying on the ground. Bullard say, yep, one per family member or family member room. Got you. Do they still have those? I have no idea. I just purchased EcoFlow 600 and a 100 watt panel. Hey, Cool V. Thank you for that, Cool V. Appreciate you, bruh. Let me see. Empress Patty, I just purchased the EcoFlow 600 and a 100-watt panel. You're gonna be really happy with that thing. I kid you not. Thank you, Raven Cars Russell. Thank you for that. GG25 say I have 3. Want one more larger than the EB150. Yeah. I gotta take that off, my friend, cause they knock us for that right there. Let me see. When the power goes out and there's no sun, I need backup for my backup. That's why you gas generator, Honda, or pull out a rocket stove. I got about 4 different rocket stoves. Some that fold up real tiny that I've showed all over the years. And then I just got into this bigger, way better rocket stove. You better be ready for anything. Okay. Crystal's Creation Crafts High Leg. Good evening, everyone. Thoughts on the EcoFlow Delta? The video is amazing. It's a beast. That's all I know. I can't speak on it, but it's a beast. That's all I know. How you doing, Grow? I said, Mr. Leg got plenty of power. You know something? Not really. It looked like a lot, don't it? It looks like a lot. But once you start doing it, you realize it's not enough. You realize that it's not enough because it's 2 separate things that I need. I need something to sit still, that big heavy monster. I wish it had more power, but now that they got the backup batteries for them, that's going to be wonderful. That can sit still. But I take either this Jackery or the Bluetti. Well, I only took the Bluetti like once or twice. But I've been taking the Jackery 500 and the EcoFlow River 600 to work every single day. Every single day. Because you can just pick them up and go. Pick them up and go. And when I'm gone, she need power here, and I want her using power here. But when I'm at work, I need enough power to get me through my day. Because in my hot truck, I'm running a fan, charging my phone, charging my watch, I'm charging my earplugs, and all other kind of crazy stuff. So, say if buying them, which order would you if buying them all, which order to purchase? I can't tell you which order to purchase them. It all depends. That's the whole thing about this. This is all so personal. That's another thing you start finding out. Your choices are personal. If you buy everything I buy, it might not fit with what you want to be doing and what you got going on at all. At all. Every choice you make with each one of these, you should do as much research on it as you can and see how you can fit that in your lifestyle. Because I promise you, each purchase is a personal choice. You can get all the reviews that you want, but for the most part, it comes down to what do you need? What are you trying to accomplish? What are you trying to power? Why? How? All of that. I used to put it in stages, but then people was like, oh, I should have got this first, and then they start knocking me over the head, so I kind of stopped doing that. I got to be honest with you. It's a personal preference. For me, I'm a clear this up. If I had it all to do all over again, if I had to start all over again from Jump Street, now listen close because things have changed. Let me scoot over a little bit. If I had it to do all over again and start from today, I don't have anything. I had to buy something today. First thing I would buy, I know this is going to sound crazy, I would start with the EcoFlow River 600. The thing that I put off for so long and everybody kept saying, you should get it, you should check it out. I'm like, I would get that first. I would get the Bluetti AC200P next. Basically, put it like this. I would get a massive power bank like this or bigger, like the newer Bluetti or the newer EcoFlow Delta. I would get one of those next. And everything else is just storage. Because that's something else you're gonna need to know. Your biggest thing is storing your power, storing your energy. You see all this stuff plugged into everything, running everything in my deep freeze and everything around my kitchen, right? The more storage you got, especially during these summer months, that sun is beaming and it's sitting down on them panels and pumping out all that power, and it's just going to waste. If this is already full and it's running refrigerators and freezers and stuff, you know, that sunlight, that free sunlight could be pumping into all of this and saving it for other stuff. So that's kind of how I got mine configured anyway. But let's not count this one out. I still love my EB70. But that EcoFlow, whoo, that one got me purring. So let me see. For me, it's financial, personal stages for sure. I'm glad you said that, Maria Jackson. For me, it's financial, personal stages for sure. Definitely, I have what I can power the most important things, and ultimately, it's a big power generator. Right, to handle an RV tiny home. Exactly. Your finances come into play too. Now, ooh, I want to veer off so bad because that was a great segment, a great segue into what I really want to talk about. How you doing? I am Marcus. Say I have 100% I think if you can afford it, a whole house battery backup system is the way to go. You know, I'm still on the fence about that. I'm just really not trying to power my entire house. I don't want something so big that I can't move it. I just don't. Maybe my thoughts will change later down the line, but in a grid down emergency situation, I don't got no reason to be trying to run my stove, microwave, coffee pot. I just don't. I'm thinking too deep. Some people thinking about, I guess the word nowadays is glamping. Like, you know, running your coffee maker and your hot plate. I'm not thinking like that at all. I'm thinking of hardcore things is about to go to stanking real bad. So I only need this is tons of power for what I plan on doing. Say my neighbor gave me 3 160-watt panels today. Wow. Which videos of yours can I watch to grow in my apartment? I don't. In your apartment, you might want to go to my wife, Lady Led. Go check her out because we do have a grow tent in our house, and she grows. She has a lot of videos growing all of our stuff in the house. So what, you got to have your coffee in the morning? No, you don't. You know something? I'm trying not to segue, but y'all ain't giving me no choice. That's one of the problems that we in right now. We so spoiled with all the luxuries. We live in such luxury that even I'm gonna segue. No, I'm not. Right, cowboy coffee or no coffee. Because guess what? Cigarettes gonna go away too. If you own cigarettes gonna disappear too. We better get used to our vices right now. We are so spoiled. God, we are so spoiled. And when all we do is complain. So we are very spoiled. And stuff like coffee. Listen, I'm a coffee drinker. How do you like the Generac? Oh, needs needs come first. We talking about survival. Exactly. And I think that's where we all getting lost. Is this is fun, but we start crossing the line between life and death. I mean, survival and just having fun. That's where the line is getting blurred at. It's something about the EcoFlow I don't trust. I don't know what it is. Blue Eddie all the way. You know, I'm not even gonna say that kind of stuff no more because you are literally watching me on a cell phone, and if they want your information, they already got it. You know, I downloaded the app and everything. I got apps to dumber stuff. I have an app to all of my drones, right? I have an app to all of my drones. And they need so much information for you to fly a drone. All they didn't ask me was my shoe size. So, I mean, come on. So I say get as much power as you can afford. And even if, let me see, ooh, that screen is moving. I get what you're saying about spoil, but I consider that if you shoot for glamping, you might just actually survive. Well, I don't understand what you're saying, Homestead. But consider that if you shoot for glamping, you might just actually survive. I don't understand how you worded that. I work with a woman who bought Starbucks every day. She paid about $45 a week on coffee. Blue Eddie EB55 or Jackery 500. Blue Eddie EB55. I really like my Jackery 500 because it's just a workhorse. It's durable. It's to be outdoors in the heat and in the weather. That Blue Eddie, that's a beast though. I don't have the Blue Eddie 5500 so I can't speak on it. I know what this Jackery 500 do, but the biggest down part, let me tell you something. I love that Jackery, but the biggest downside to the Jackery is it is proprietary. Everything, plugs, panels. Yeah, I hook it to other panels, but it take forever to charge. I don't know which one charged slower, the Go Power Plus or the Jackery. I promise to you. I don't know which one's, and everybody know the Go Power Plus charges slow. I don't know, if I had a race, I don't know who would win. I kid you not. That Jackery is slow. I got the Jackery plugged in right now. And true story. It's just now getting to 100%. I had this plugged in since 4:30. It was down to, let me remember, 54%. It was down to 54%. So since 4:30, okay, 5 hours. Don't even make no sense. And I'm charging, DC is slow too though, but it's just slow. I don't care what you plug it into, it's just slow. What Lisa says, Lead Farmer, what's the new when you got down there on the last shelf over to the right? I guess you could say it's new. That's the EcoFlow River 600. It was just the EcoFlow and I bought the battery. Please either just get the Max or buy the battery. It's just so much better. Say, hey, Soul Goddess, say, did you hear? That's where I'm going with this before I end this. Yes. I wanted to start out with some solar questions real quick, and then I'm gonna dive right into that. The broke farmer said Mad Max will arrive in Monday. That's what you already named it, bro. You already named it. Hey, George L. George LG, how you doing tonight? Say, bro, I just discovered your video today and you just happened to be live. I want to tell you thank you for all your information. I want to tell you thank you for just hanging out with me. Thank you for that. It means a lot to me, it really do. Avery says, you have a lot of power, but how are you going to transport them in case of an emergency? I picked them all up. See, that's all of these are mobile. Literally, you pick these up. They don't like that. They don't weigh nothing. See, my solar panel is supposed to be delivered today. Still waiting. Just ordered the Westinghouse. And you can use a wagon, but you can pick all of this stuff up. Now, this takes two hands. That boy heavy. He's 63 pounds, I think it was. Hey, Corey Martin, say, and thanks about the solar and the battery safety. Thank you for that. Oh, man, I got so much to tell y'all about the battery safety. It's going to crack you up. Jay Weezy says, you ever use the EcoFlow like a workhorse? Is it a workhorse too? Like I said, I've been taking the EcoFlow River and the Jackery 500. That's why they both on the bottom shelf. In the morning, I grab them both just like this, take them to my car. One or the other, or sometime both. The EcoFlow is a beast. Now, I want you to understand something. In my truck, it's dust flying all day. I got to blow my nose so many times a day. My nose be dry on the inside. And it's hot. It's humid. So I'm putting these, when I say I'm putting these through the weather, I'm not done making this one video. But when I say I'm putting these things through the weather and the ringer, I mean it. I mean it. I've even sacrificed the Jackery to see it done got wet and everything else. Putting it through the ringer. Because I'm like, I need to know what this thing can do for real. Okay, right here on a shelf in your house, it's all pretty and stuff. That's great. But how does it work in real life? In real, true, you outdoors, rain, sleet, heat, cold, how does it work? So that's what I'm trying to do. How you doing? Who is that? JSH 504. Hey, knucklehead. Hey, Raul. Does anyone know about that? Know about what, Raul? Maurice Brown Jr., how you doing tonight? If there is a power outage, I think you're saying, where you gonna go? Best to stay put. What when you say where you gonna go, that's all personal preference. It just depends on where you are and what your situation is. And if you've made preparations to leave. Do you need 2 sets of solar panels to charge the Blue Eddy station? Which Blue Eddy? Which one? I was just about to read yours, Robert. Let me see. What is that? Beat and Mix said, Lev, do you charge the EcoFlow to 100% or keep it lower? I charge them all to 100% and they all get used every day. I don't do this for show. This stuff stays plugged in and it stays working. For instance, I told you guys earlier this year, some of you guys are new to my channel, but my home air conditioning unit went out. So I have a window unit in there. That's what that fan sound. Listen. I have a window unit and a fan that's circulating this around my entire house downstairs. Anyway, Those fans are plugged up to this stuff. So all day, running refrigerators from my Bouge RV refrigerators, freezers, and Lady Led. That mug had the gangster lean. Lady Led got my other Bouge RV. She's on a trip, so she's testing that out for real in real life. That EcoFlow reminds me of the Knight Rider, Michael Knight, or Kit. Don't sleep on the Ninja battery. I might have to check that out too. Using battery power to heat things is a waste. Yes, it is. What do you think is the best way to heat food or water? I am working on a video right now, and I touched on it a little bit. A rocket stove. Rocket stove. I've started making the video, and I'm going to finish it because it's phenomenal. And I'm going to tell you why. Because you don't use much fuel. It doesn't put out much light. Google it. It doesn't put out much light. And it keeps everything where nobody can see no big flames, no big fire. It's so efficient. Okay. Did you guys see the video of me distilling salt water, making it drinkable? If you watch that video, there was not too much editing cuts out of that video with me actually boiling that water, bringing it up to a boil. It didn't take no time at all. I only put a gallon of water in that pot because I was like, this might take a while. It was boiling so fast, I had to start shooting other parts of the video because I'm like, this boiling so good, I'm going to miss out on something. Rocket stove. Want to see it? I'm going to show you the one I got. I have several in my bug out bag, but I'm going to show you this one that's pretty much is small enough to bug out, kind of. Let me just show you. Better I'll show you. It's better I just show you. You can make them yourself or you can buy them. This is all it is. It look like a stocking, don't it? Now I got some fuel, old bills. You know, this is where I do with my bills. Everybody else shred them. I don't. I'm gonna show you something right now. Put you down here. This is all you do with this. Right. There's a couple legs in there. I ain't gonna bother putting those on right this very minute. I just want to show you this. There you go. You put the wood in here, the oxygen gets sucked in here, and the flame shoots out of here like a rocket, literally like a rocket. And when I tell you, you control the flame by, if you getting too much heat, take a piece of wood out. You want it hotter? Jam another piece of wood in. Just little sticks, twigs. You ain't out like no lumberjack or nothing. These are the truth. Now I have 4 more that are like pocket size or carry size. They are excellent. And I'm going to show you those too when I finish the video. I'm going to put that in the video. They are excellent. But that, truth. So to cook your food, I would never use electricity. Never, never. There's other things you could even do to cook in the house. Just, it's so many different ways you could do this. I did a whole video on how to cook with a candle on your kitchen countertop. I did a whole video on that with I call it my Crisco cooker. It's just a candle made out of Crisco grease. A camp stove with propane, but see, propane, I'm not relying on nothing that can run out. Propane can run out. I'm just not relying on stuff like that. I'm relying on the most basic essentials. Fire. Everybody need to know how to make fire. And I got video, I keep putting it in and nobody's watching it, on how to start a fire out of nothing. A mini rice cooker, propane now, rocket stove went off grid. Right, okay, propane now, but yeah. But if you're gonna cook now, cook on the stove. Don't waste your resources. I want everybody to get in their mind to get ready to rely on the most basic. And you know, here's the sad part. And I'm about to dive down into it. The sad part is a lot of us today can't even imagine your basic necessities because you've never had to deal with any. A lot of us, the majority of this generation, will never ever know what basic essentials, basic necessities even mean. Basic necessities now mean, okay, do I bring my iPad or my iPhone or both? Which one? I gotta leave one, right? No. This generation has no freaking clue what basic necessities of water, food, power, heat, shelter, no clue. They don't even got the Boy Scouts and the Girl Scouts anymore, do they? I don't see them nowhere. I see parents selling cookies, but I don't never see them. I don't never see no kids. It might be some kids somewhere around them grown folks selling cookies, slanging cookies at Kroger's. They don't got anything to teach kids how to do nothing anymore. And I'm telling you right now, I'm going to say this, and I'm dive into it, y'all. Y'all ready? Here we go. I've been thinking about this all day. With all of the things that I see every day, and this ain't a scare tactic unless you're just scary and you don't want to eat the truth. With all the stuff I see every day while I'm at work, it makes me so nervous. You ever been in a situation where you praying that you wrong? I'm a man, I don't like to be wrong. Most of us do not like to be wrong, right? Most of us do not like to be wrong. This is the time in my life I pray that I'm wrong. I pray that I am wrong, and I hope I missed the mark. This ain't one of those ones where I'm going to pat myself on the back if I'm right. The stuff that I'm seeing every day scares me to death. The things I hear in the media, and I ain't talking about the crazy stuff. I'm talking about the new laws that's being passed. If you look at these laws, and you don't gotta be no genius, you don't gotta be no politician to know what these laws mean. They trying to send us back to the dark ages. Okay? I don't care what side of the fence you on. Right is right, wrong is wrong, and then there's your opinion. These new laws are being written to oppress. So what I mean by that is, God, I hate going there. I'm just so scared for the future. You know what? I was thinking about my son, my kids, someday my grandkids. Like, they'll never know what I've been through. They'll never know how it feels not to worry about going outside at night without getting raped or stolen. You know, they'll never be able to go outside at night without worrying about getting shot. I lived in a generation where that was the last thing on my mind. And you know, everything just looks so rough. Everything is out of whack, and it scares me because I know how many people are not ready for anything. I get the emails, I get the comments, and some people like, look, help me. I don't know where to start. And I'll be like, oh my God, I want to help you so bad, but it's like being in college and then somebody don't know 1 + 1. You know, you in trigonometry and you come into class asking what 1 + 1 is, and that professor is going to tell you to leave the room. That's how bad things are right now. It's like we've been so spoiled and so spoon-fed for so long, so brainwashed for so long, that now that they pulled the spoon away, it's like every little rich kid, once daddy pulled that doggone money out the pocket, like, look, it's time for you to go fly on your own. In a way that it's the daddy and the mama fault for doing that, because once you pull the rug from under the baby and all they've been doing is eating filet mignon for 18 years, now they got to go and try to scratch up nickels for a cheeseburger. You made that kid into a lunatic, and them the ones that turn on their parents and end up doing something bad to them, you know, because they don't know how to live out here in reality. That's how we all are right now, so spoiled that nobody knows how to do anything for themselves. For instance, listen to me really close. I'm not going to ask you a question. I'm going to tell you a fact. Your personal security is your responsibility. All the other people that you can call on the phone to come help you, did you hear me? To help you. Your personal security is your responsibility first. That's just one example of where I'm going. Everybody's so quick to call somebody else. Hey, they up here, they talking at the park and they doing this. Hey, they doing. Why don't you go? Why don't you go tell them to shut up? Watch what happens. Don't call them. Go see what happens. We too spoon-fed. You hungry? You drive through a drive-through. You put your card out the window and a cheeseburger fly through the window. It's some folks ain't cooked in years. Some people don't know how to cook. And cooking is not just fun. Cooking is a skill. Cooking will save your life because, listen, I know it sounds crazy. Cooking is science. If in every war, there's a cook. Did you know that? And on every side, there's a cook. There's more important than the dude that's holding the flag running to the battle. The cook is more important. They protect the cook with their life. You know why? Because that cook know what weeds can be eaten in a bad situation. We at war. That cook know what stuff to stay away from. He know how to make a meal out of anything wherever battlefield we at. We don't know anything anymore. Cooking is science. That's an actual skill. If you had to let somebody into your village and they ain't have much to offer, like, listen, we ain't got enough room for you, we ain't got enough food for you, like, I'm a good cook. I even used to be like, nah, Yeah, come on. I'll let you into the village. Come on, because that cook will keep you from getting sick, eating the wrong thing, drinking the wrong kind of water. That cook will keep your butt alive because they know the science of those herbs. How this reacts when you mix it with this flavors, as we call them. That's all science. Don't get it twisted. That's the difference between somebody just smashing a cheeseburger on the grill and a chef. That chef is a scientist. You understand? He went to school for that. I went for a little while. It's science. It's not fun. So I feel so bad because don't nobody really know how to do anything. And it's so sad. And somebody asked me, like, why spend all that money on all this stuff that I'm doing, all my preps and my food and my preparation, my generators. And I couldn't even answer the question because I got so disturbed and so kind of put off. I had to stop and wait. I never did get back to the person, but I'm going to say it here. This is a question for everybody in this room. How important or how valuable is your life to you? If you have to put a value on your life and the family members around you, that's how I think. So when I do spend a lot of money on this crap, trust me, I'm broke. Don't get it twisted. But I feel in my soul that I ain't never seen nothing like this in my life. Everything that's going on, never seen nothing like it in my life. It scares me to the point I'm like, look, you can save all your money all you want to. You can buy gold, silver, stack your dollars in your safe, whatever. It's going to be worthless if you're hungry. And I'm not going to keep going down that dark alley because it gets darker by the end of it. I'm just going to say this. It's some people that's buying the generators, but that's all you doing. It's some people that's gardening, but that's all you doing. It's some people that's stocking up their food and their water. That's all they doing. I need everybody to understand that this is all part of it. Don't just take one piece of it. This is self-preservation because you can have all the food in the world and no way to protect it. One person focus on just the protection part of it. And that's all. That person got protection and no food, no water, no clothes, no shelter. You got to learn a little bit of everything. If you out there in that garden, you gardening like me and better because I've seen a lot of y'all gardens. You better add some of this stuff into it too because you can have all that food and no way to cook it. No way to process it. No way to store it. No way to save it. So you growing all that food just so it can go to waste. Canning skills, drying skills, what is it? I always forget this. Smoking. You got to learn some of these skills. Because if you don't, you're doing the one thing for nothing. To have a bunch of solar generators at your house ain't going to save you. Your lights will be on, but your belly is growling. You did? I just need everybody to kind of think, don't get just caught up on one thing. Spread that stuff around. Somebody asked me one day, what kind of channel is this? I thought this was gardening. It's everything. It's all part of the same thing. It's survival. In my bio somewhere, it says something about survival. Whether it be gardening, hunting, trapping, fishing, storing food, canning food, preserving food, finding water. All of that is in that somewhere. Don't just get hung up on one thing. Don't. Teach yourself new skills, manual skills. And another one that I'm working on to the best of my ability, I have to pray on it. Even your health. Get your health up, because listen, if stuff goes sour, you're going to have to run. If stuff goes sour, you're going to have to carry this stuff. If stuff goes sour, you're going to have to defend yourself. And if you're not in good shape to carry a load 50 miles, if you're not in good shape to carry this equipment, you, again, that's like gardening and that's all you're doing. Because now you got everything, and the sole machine that's supposed to take care of all of it is rusty. So I'm knocking my rust off. Y'all, I should show y'all all the stuff I got going on. Tell you, I said, I cold turkey. All right, Debbie, Trick, that's enough. No more of that. No Pop-Tart. Done. I'm done. Because I'm serious about my survival and the survival of my family. I'm serious about my prepping. And part of that prepping is my health. Even if I don't care about my own health, I got to care about it because I got to take care of other people. Because there's people out there. Some of my family members, they ain't ready. My mom, she young. What's she going to do? She'll hit you with that cane. She'll tear your whole left ear off with that cane. She a mean shot too, but you know. So I'm just saying we need to get our health together and dibble and dabble in gardening. Dibble and dabble into canning your food, preserving your food. Everything is, go buy books. Stop. When Black Friday come again, don't go buy 2 and 3 of these to spread around. Give them kids some books. They're going to look at it like, what the heck is this? It's a book. What are you supposed to do with it? You know, open it. Open it. What are these little scribbly things? Those are called words. Yeah. And the little ones, the single ones, those are letters. You put those together and make a word. Wow. Buy books, because your hardback books won't go nowhere, and you're going to need those because these won't work. Even if you got these to power it, there won't be any grid to even give the information to this. How to safely use a rocket stove. You're going to have to Google that one. Once you get a rocket stove, you'll find out real quick. It's just a stove. It's literally like a gas wood burning stove. I'm worried about, since food prices are going up, you better be somewhat prepared. No. Who just said that? Gardening with Eve, you are right, but listen, I'm going to add on to it. The prices are going up, and somewhat is an understatement. I'm going to be a little blunt, so excuse me. No, not excuse me. Get your butt up. Go to the store and start purchasing food. Canned goods, beans, dry goods, rice. Every time you get some money, you need to be buying at least 1 bag of beans. Can I cook on my solar generator? Yep. Yes, you can, George. An EMP shield for cars, solar panels, generators, household. Good luck with that. You gonna put aluminum foil around your somebody said aluminum foil around the whole car. Only I don't tell you when you have anything. A rice cooker is a good tool. You want to know what? That rice cooker, I keep seeing this rice cooker. People keep talking about it. You know what is a better tool than a rice cooker? A pot. A pot. A pot of boiling water. You know how you save energy so you don't have to be boiling rice all day? You soak it. You know how you save your beans so you don't, because beans take a long time to cook. You soak your beans overnight. Then all you really doing is heating them up once you get them on the fire. Once you get them boiling, you soak your beans, you soak your rice. Being prepared means you need to know what you're going to do for food tomorrow. That means you need to be preparing your food tonight for what you're going to eat tomorrow. You're going to always need to worry about that. Okay? So I wouldn't put no big rice cooker in nothing. A pot of boiling water and just soak your rice for a while and until it plump up, and then just heat it up. You'll be good to go. August is going to be very hot month. Everyone should be prepared and ready. It's already hot already. What's up, Ass Guy? What's going on, man? That pot versus rice cooker made my wife laugh. I mean, man, we're overthinking. All right, Sapper, what's going on, man? Say, oh, T-Nog in the house. Hey, now, T-Nog. We overthinking this. See what I was talking about, glamping? Glamping. This, I wish it was a way to say glam survival, because that's what people is trying to do. None of this stuff is going to be feasible in reality. None of it. None of it. In a real life situation. That's why I really, 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 really wanted to play Lights Out. I'm going to just tell you, I'm not going to play with you because we do it to practice here anyway. Cut your lights out for 24 hours. Can you do that? I ain't saying unplug your refrigerator and stuff. I'm telling you, can you not use nothing unless you're using something like your solar generator or your gas generator that should be outside, it better be outside, to power your house. It will teach you so much. Do it for one day. One day. One day, and you're going to be like, damn, I never want to do that again. That's just a hint of a taste. Try cooking outside only all day. Whatever you got to eat, cook it outside in the heat. Be like, that ain't smart. Try to cook without alerting anybody else. See how hard that is. Try to cook without that smell wafting in the air. What could you cook where it ain't gonna smell like, hoops? You know that once when people are, do I smell bacon? I smell meatloaf or something wrapped in bacon with a hint of garlic. In a grid down situation, that's a death sentence. So here's another one for you real quick before I go. When it comes to cooking, I wish I could go get my stash somewhere else, but it's too far for me to go. Listen, when it comes to cooking, I'm going to give you an inside track. Homestead Heart taught me how to can my own food. You know what's one of the bonuses of canned food? It's already cooked, whether you eat it cold or hot. If it's too cold for you, set it out in the sun. Set that jar in the sun. It's already cooked. No cooking. That's one of the pluses about canning your own food for survival. You don't have to heat it up. You don't have to cook it. It's already done. It's basically like you open up a can of tuna fish and eating tuna fish. Well, you might be eating some brisket. You might be eating some roast chicken. That's what you put in that jar. That gumbo, that soup. So you won't have to worry about heating it up so everybody else can smell your food, because your stuff is already cooked. It's already jarred up, canned up, stored away. Dry your food. You can eat your dry goods too. Plain and simple. We got to think a little bit more critical on this. But do me a favor, please try to see if you could go one day without using any plug socket in your house. Any plug socket in your house. Watch how hard that is to do. I kid you not. Watch how hard it is to do. That's right, canning your own food is the bomb. I'm hooked on canning. I can all the time, and I don't even do videos on it right now because everything is so crazy. Cast iron. Boil water and set up in a jar of water, heat it up. You don't even got to do that, because I promise you I took a jar to work one day because I ain't make no lunch, and I just set it in my windshield while I was at work. Man, it was so hot. It was so delicious. It's like going back to the Stone Age of cooking food without using technology. Exactly. If y'all don't know how to store your food, you don't know how to can it, if you don't, trust me, I know it seems complicated. It's just all that noise that thing makes. It's easy. Matter of fact, it's so fun, it's addicting. It's addicting like these. Once you start canning your food and preserving your food, it's addicting. And you don't have to go with the most expensive canner. And because I kid you not, I got an All-American. It's all wonderful and all, but you don't need that. You can get that Presto canner. I don't know how much they cost no more. Now that things done went south again. We do power after Hurricane Francis 2 weeks, and why am I now addicted to solar generators? Yeah, you know why. You know why. Said, ooh, a lot of people gonna be mad without their air fryer. You know what? A lot of people gonna be mad without their food at all, because they ain't gonna have nothing to put in the air fryer. Get a pressure cooker, Bob. I got a Presto when they was on sale last year. Gotta be prepared to do anything without going outside. There you go. I don't use a canner, just a big pot. Well, that's water bath canning. You ain't canning no meat like that, is you? If I have something frozen I put outside here in South Texas and it gets defrosted very fast, love my bourgeois freezer. That's awesome. I remember you getting all those briskets for the low and can them all. I still got 2 I haven't canned. I need to get up on it. Can you believe that? I had a deep freezer full of briskets. But that just, you see, I loaded up that whole Mini Cooper was full of briskets. You seen that with your own eyes. I went back 3 times. You saw that. Imagine how much can of food I got. Do you have a sun oven? You know, my friend Essian Family Garden has a solar oven, and I was going to get one. Wonderful thing. Me and my son actually made one years ago. I was going to buy one, buy All-American. But I'm going to tell you something. This right here is everything. I think this might have, Sapper, if you watching, I think this might have the solar cooker beat, bruh. I think so. No smell, low light, high heat, you can't see it, nobody can feel you. Man, this is the all-out truth. And I'm gonna tell you, let me show you something. It came in the mail today too. Because I was using my big one for my fireplace, but I wanted to buy a little one to get when it's time to be blowing it a little bit. I had to buy a little tiny bellow for it. That's how awesome that thing is. That thing is awesome. My big bellow was like, y'all see it in the fireplace. I said, I don't want a big one like that. I want something I can take with me and fit down in there with everything else. It's so tiny. I'll put it in the link below. As y'all in the house said, we need the redundancies for cooking. Yes, we do. You are right. You are right. We need both. Let me see. I still think I'm gonna get that solar cooker. Will we be making a video on how to make little rocket stove, or did you buy it? I bought it. You talking about doing some welding, or you gonna make them from bricks? If you're gonna make them from cinder blocks and bricks, that's a whole nother ball game. But no, that's what we was talking about earlier. How much is your life worth to you? Some things you don't have the time to be sitting around tinkering around. It's too late for tinkering. Listen to me. It's too late for tinkering around. It's too late to be like, I think I'm going to pick up this project and I'm going to make, it's too late for that. Your time is everything. Your time is everything. Right now, all the money, and see, I was trying to tell, and I had some woman come and talk to me about that Berkey water filter when I spoke about it. Again, you can go ahead and cut your buckets up and do everything and do all of that nonsense, or you could just go ahead and spend the extra $30, $40 and just buy the doggone Berkey filter. Nobody got time to be sitting around doing that. Running back and forth, getting the tools, the right tools, all that nonsense. If you got the time, great. By all means, knock it out. But right now, we are behind the gun. Do you understand? We are behind the barrel right now. Gas prices going up. Food is leaving the shelves. People about to start fighting over toilet paper again. Ain't no time to be sitting in the garage welding up no rocket stove or none of that. No more. No more. If you ain't got your food, if you ain't started saving up no food, if you ain't got no power source, you better get on the ball. Let me tell you something. Here, said my murky is done. I would love to see it. Right, behind the 8 ball, man. Listen to me close. Somebody said I must be rich. No, I'm not. I'm a mailman. I'm a mailman. But what's more important to me than some of the things that I have, I can't say this word, but y'all know, listen to me, the first word in my name. I had to go sell a couple of those because if I got tons of those, my first word in my name, if I got tons of those, I don't need a ton of them. I'm just one person. I can only use one at a time, right? Maybe two. I need power. It's certain stuff in your life. Thank you, Homestead Engineering. So you hit on a great topic. What level of comfort should be one prepared for? Exactly. That made me lose my train of thought. Let me see. Gas high in Florida. We are not considered being rich. New Orleans Garden say I have an empty room now. It's full of food and water. Amen to that. You gotta start. Look, it's stuff. Everybody got something junk sitting around their house that's worth something that they need to let go of for something more important. This bartering system has already begun. Thank you, Trina's Organic Lifestyle. Thank you for that. Sab, late to the Gumbo Show. You never late here. Never late. You got stuff around your house that you don't use. You got some old motorcycle in the garage, couple old lawnmowers. You got something that's unnecessary. right now. Everybody do. I don't care what your financial status is. You have something that's 100 times 100% unnecessary. And I'm going to say this. You do the history, you ain't got to believe me. Back in the Great Depression, you think about what those people had to do to get what they needed. All those silver fillings in their teeth. Why you think you see an old picture of them back in the day, and they're all like this, in black and white? All them silver teeth had to go. We need fuel for this car, or food for the mule. You got something that is like, you know what? This just be sitting around here. Let me let this go. That's what I've been doing. Some stuff gotta go. So when it comes to that, and I'm about to get rid of that Mini Cooper. I don't need that. He ain't driving it. I drive it more than he do. It's unnecessary. All right, Big O. Say, what is better, the EcoFlow Delta Pro for $2,700? That's how much it costs? For $2,700, or EcoFlow Delta for $2,750? What? I don't understand your question. Okay, let me see. So I just wanted to come on here and chat with y'all real quick before I lay it down. Yeah, it's time for me to go. Thank you, Boy Blue. Say, get rid of the Mini Cooper, get rid of my extra toy suit. It's over. It's a wrap. It's time to start tightening up and cutting the fat and make everything in your life lean. Because right now, it's about to get ugly. I hate playing the scary tactic crap. I hate saying it. I hate sounding. I hate how I even sound. Because it all sounds like doom and gloom. You know, ooh, they coming to get you. I hate sounding like that. But if you're not aware, I'm using that word instead of another one. If you're not aware enough to see that everything is going downhill on a sled, on ice, if you're not aware enough to see that, I feel sorry for you. If you don't think, it's a lot of people don't think nothing gonna happen. Oh, this is the greatest country in the world. Nothing gonna happen to us. Where have you been for the last 2 years? Where have you been for the last 10 years, 20 years, 50, 30 years? Where have you been? And you know what? We don't even gotta, let's be for real. We don't even have to talk about society collapsing. We don't have to talk about society collapsing at all. Tornado, volcano, hurricane, storm, flood, rain, heat, extreme cold. I could go down the list. Forget society and what we doing to each other. This planet is angry. And it's taking anybody in its path. Tsunami, tornado, volcano, hurricane. Look, sound like a song, don't it? Tsunami, tornado, volcano, hurricane. Tsunami, tornado, volcano, hurricane. Ooh, ooh. Every day. Every day. Why do I get more alerts from the Weather Channel now than anybody else? Weather Channel pop up on my phone so much and my watch so much, it kills my battery. Another storm down in Texas coming. Tired. What? Let's try not to say that word, okay? They don't like that. My family still My family still won't do any serious prepping, so it falls on me. Very frustrating. It's frustrating, but I'm gonna tell you this to give you a little, just a little insight, little encouragement. You might be the one. In every family, there's one, and they usually think that person is crazy. Thank you, David Cruz from Puerto Rico. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. It's that one person that everybody think that they're the crazy one. And you like, okay, if I'm crazy, I'm gonna keep all my preps to myself. So whatever. So when y'all be screaming like, oh, let us in, don't do that. I'm gonna say this to you. Don't do that. Don't do that. Thank you, Amanda. Thank you for that. Say, I've been prepping since my daughter was born. Single of 2 teens. I get it. I get now help. I'm in nursing school if I can. Y'all can too. That's right. That's right. Speak on it. So I'm gonna be honest with you. No, see, I don't know. I ain't gonna get on that because I don't know if that was derogatory or not. All this prep talk, none mentioned the hot comb. What does that mean? I think that's why ain't nobody mentioned it. I don't know what that even means. That's right, New Orleans Gardener. Do what we can. Y'all realize blankets expensive and hard to find. That's okay, Amanda. Thank you, Calavet 2020. Thank you so much for that. Let's stop talking about that because that throws stuff off. That's why I'll be like just ignoring certain things because see what I'm talking about? We talking about life or death and it went down talking about a hot comb. That's what I'm talking about. This whole video right here. The whole video. That's why right there, 2%. That's why. It's like, it's people in here really, really, really want to know what their next move is going to be. And see, normally I'm cutting up, but I came in here tonight because I feel so bad for so many people. Because this ain't going to go well for a lot of people. It's not going to go well at all. And we talking about hot comb. Anyway, everybody have a wonderful night. I'm hot combed out. All right. Everybody have a wonderful night. Good luck to you. Good luck to you and your family. Please go stock up on some food, stock up on some water. If you ain't doing it and you out busy partying and stuff, it's gonna bite you in the boo-boo. I promise you that. It's gonna bite you. All right? So everybody have a wonderful night and good luck. Especially everybody talking about the hot comb. Good luck to you. I pray. Live on 73. I love you. And I'm out. Wait. I'm not out. Yes, I am.